did in class. You from down south too? You from down south too? What's up, y'all? Oh, I can change my layout. Oh, dark in here. It's after the darkest one. You're not leaving here? You here to stay? Ow. Thank y'all. I am tipsy.
We're going to do that again here. Here's what Jason Kidd said about Luka's status.
It was literally. Dang, both y'all need me? Both y'all need me? Let me get some.
All right, so no, not right now.
Dang.
Today, but it sounds like you.
It's high on This is a future my man pie. This pie is for my man.
With Jason Kidd, Vince, what advice would you give your former teammate as he prepares this group to face the challenge, knowing there's some uncertainty? That's what we're going to take from what we get uncertainty surrounding.
Well, first and foremost, I'm not going to tell JK much. He's a coach, and you see right there. He's like, no, he's not going to rush me. But if I'm talking to JK, I'm like, you're playing at home. You have home court advantage, and you want to lean on your role players to play well. We've heard Perk say all the time, role players play their best basketball at home. So this is an opportunity. Now, put the ball in your point guard, Jalen Brunson. Let him run the offense, but play through Spencer Dinwiddie. Spencer Dinwiddie has been playing phenomenal basketball. He's now understanding how the offense is run and what is expected of him. So now you play through him. No hero ball, and you don't need for someone to play Luka's role because Luka is one of one, and he does what he does.
You could attack Al Horford and Tice. So them not having Robert Williams is huge. Yeah, what did Bruce Brown say? Them two dudes, you can do the same stuff. It ain't gonna be that easy, I'll tell you that. We don't need to say like that. Let's just go out there and hoop. We still have two high-level defenders back there, big guys with Daniel and Al. And, we have layers to our defense, so it's not like we're getting blown by and Rob is protecting. We still have Marcus, Jalen, Jason, and everybody else in between. They think it's attack time because Rob's out. Obviously, we played quite a few games without him now and have done good enough beating some good teams.
Here's the speculation about Ben. You guys are living it day to day. Are you expecting him to come back at any point?
No, I'm not expecting him to play. It's easier for me, like I'm not putting any pressure on Ben to come out there and hoop, so I'm not expecting him to do anything but just to get his body right and, get healthy as fast as he can, so in my mind, I'm preparing as if, like, we're playing with the team we have.
Boston and Brooklyn set for Sunday afternoon. What did you see, though, from Kyrie on Tuesday? Before we look ahead, let's look back. Not just his scoring ability, but his ability to make everybody else score as well.
Well, with Kyrie, I already knew, Kristen, I think basketball players know this. When you get into a good rhythm of scoring the basketball, you're really at the defense's mercy. So we always say miss or make league. Well, as I'm attacking the defense and scoring you a few times, now you have to honor me on all levels. And Kyrie can score on all three levels we talk about. And once the defense says, all right, I want to start stopping you. All right, I'll start sharing and start getting the Andre Drummonds of the world easier baskets because they can't score for themselves. Then after you start worrying about the Andre Drummonds of the world, I go back to scoring on you again. So that's why I can go get 34 and still get 12 assists, Kristen. That's what makes Kyrie so good and so effective. And now he's healthy. He's got his basketball legs under him. Now the mandate's been lifted. We're back to normalcy now with basketball with Kyrie.
And part of what makes top billing as far as Ben's face goes, and according to reports, he may be available to make his debut nearing the midway point of this series. How, though, 3D could his addition change?
Minutes, is it 8 minutes, is it 10 minutes, is it 2 minutes, whatever it may be, I don't just see them throwing him out there in the middle of the fire in the heat of the moment trying to guard Jason Tatum on the island when Jason Tatum probably go right out and attack him.
Then from a fan's perspective, and you're a fan of the game as well, what should a realistic expectation of Ben Simmons this postseason be?
If he plays, it's going to be spot minutes, or as we say, controlled minutes. Now, Steve Nash and the medical team that's watching him play now ramp up to possibly play. That's going to be the hardest part because we're saying to ourselves, how do you throw him in? Through practice? Kristen, you've been around long enough. Practice is not the game. Practice is not Jason Tatum. Practice is not Marcus Smart. Exactly. So how do you simulate that? And the Boston Celtics will attack him knowing he hasn't had any game speed.
Let's, though, talk about the others. We call them the others because we talk about KD and Kyrie as often as we do, but we're talking about Bruce Brown here, Andre Drummond, Nick Claxton. Bruce Brown is from the Boston area too, so this will be a homecoming. First, though, break down for me, 3D, what you saw from Bruce Tuesday. He had 18, 9, and 8, and facilitates the offense similarly to what Ben's position would be expected to do as well.
Yes, attacking the rim and taking advantage of the defense. Now, people at home, watch how he's wide open. He's wide open for a purpose because they said, we are buying into Kyrie, we're buying into KD. If Bruce Brown makes this shot all game, we're going to shake his hand and go home and get ready for Atlanta. But at the end of the day, we're not letting Kyrie already has 34. KD already has 25. We got to make someone else beat us. And that night, Claxton, Brown, they were making the shots that Cleveland were giving them. This play right here, I thought Drummond had hurt something. He was out for the count, but good hands by KD with the steal. Bruce Brown keeps his head up. Look, Andre Drummond gets a little ducky.
That's right. It's stunning, though, also, to see the Celtics turnaround since the start of this season, to start under 500 and to finish near the top of the conference. What is it that changed?
The defense. I just remember most people overreacting when Marcus Smart said Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum wasn't playing defense and passing the ball enough or something around those words early in the season. And then they got a little bit healthier. They tweaked their defense a little bit, and they started making shots. And I think people have to understand, when you have two great players, it's not my turn, your turn. The coach had to figure out the system, good ball movement, playing for one another, and Tatum and Brown got hot at the same time, along with their overall team defense got better.
And reportedly, a very real chance they add Robert Williams back to the roster during this series. What could he add?
Well, if he can come back, it's a no-brainer. Can you hold down the fort defensively? Because he's shown us all season long why they made the move they made, because he's a true rim protector. Yes, you probably put Gobert and some other guys that hit him defensively, so to speak. But what he does for Boston is very key in why they were so good as a team defensively.
Well, after the break, then, we'll look back to the West as the Mavs are preparing to start their first-round season.
Oh, man.
And it's difficult to quantify all C.J. McCollum has meant to this team since arriving in New Orleans. This, his shot chart from Wednesday's play-in against the Spurs, likely one reason he's predicted, quote, a lot of winning in the Pels' future. Here's more from C.J.
Rich in protein. Good for you. Bumblebee.
Curry returned before their Saturday playoff opener against Denver. Steph Curry finally practiced yesterday, but Steve Kerr had already said that he would need to see Steph scrimmage before feeling comfortable enough to play him as he recovers from a foot injury that sidelined him since March 20th. We have a box checked. Here's